Hello, Chicago, and welcome from the Chrysler Group to the 2014 Chicago Auto Show. I'm Dale Jewett, and we're here on Social Media Day here at the Chicago Auto Show to talk about some very interesting things that have been going on in a very busy year for Chrysler. Now, if you're watching us on the web, please take the time to ask some questions and post them on our website, because we're going to get you some answers. And for the people who are here in the stand at Chicago, this is Social Media Day, so we want you to be a little bit social in more of a traditional sense. Feel free to gather around us and watch as we talk about what's going on here. And if you happen to have questions from our presenters, raise your hand. We'll get to you and we'll get you some answers. All right? It's a bit cold on the outside in Chicago, but it's nice and warm on the inside here. And we've got some hot properties to talk about. We're going to get started first talking about the Mopar brand. And to help me out is the CEO of Mopar, Pietro Gorlier. Welcome, Pietro.
How are you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. So behind us, we have the brand new 2015 Chrysler 200. Mopar has had a hand in that, yes?
Yes, of course. I mean, as for every car, we start at the very beginning developing accessories, and obviously the all-new Chrysler 200 is a perfect canvas for personalization, accessorization, and performance parts. And we are going to offer almost 100 accessories ready at the launch of the car in the market.
Now, one of the ways we're going to do that is a program called the Custom Shop. Tell me what Custom Shop is.
Well, the Mopar Custom Shop is a concept of a shop nearby every one of our plants, where the car can be personalized, accessorized, based on the order of the customer or the dealer. So we give the opportunity to the dealers and to the customers to have a car personalized nearby the plant, with the advantage of having obviously the perfect fit and finish, the inclusion of all our accessories in the Maroni sticker, so automatically better reselling value, residual value of the car, and the possibility to finance the accessories. So the best way to accessorize a car. And we have one Mopar Custom Shop for every one of our plants.
So the best way to put it is, we will build your car and we will customize it for you too.
Absolutely. We want to give the opportunity to every customer to have a unique car.
Fantastic. Well, Pietro, I want to take a minute and talk about this particular Chrysler 200 that Mopar has worked on. And I think the best guy to do that for us is the designer who had a hand on this. His name is Mark Trossel, and so he's going to join us right now. Hi, Mark.
Hello.
So Mark Trossel is the head of design for SRT, Motorsports, and Mopar. Now, when did you guys get a chance to start working on the Chrysler 200?
We started right when the car started in the design studio in the Chrysler studio, and we're trying to make sure that we fill the Mopar catalog with accessories and lifestyle packages for the car as the car is being developed.
Okay, let's take a look at this particular 200. And can you take a minute and kind of tell me what changes we've made to this car?
Sure. And what we want to do is offer the customers an opportunity to really customize their car and change the look and feel of it. Giving them a new grille. We've got a new grille texture that we've done, new finishes, a front chin spoiler on it as well. Moving to the side, we have a 19-inch wheel that we've done, and it's finished in what we call a Mopar bronze finish. If you look, we actually introduced this color at SEMA, and it's kind of a trend that you start seeing in the aftermarket, and even some of the OEMs are using colors along these lines too, and it complements well on this package. So, but we're part of the wheel, really changes the feel of the car. We have a new side sill for it as well, okay. And in the rear we have a new valance and a Mopar exhaust as well. On the interior, we've done those same accents on the bronze, finishing them off on the bezels, and we have a white cat skin interior that we've done as well.
White really is part of what makes this car stand out. Is that a color trend we're interested in?
Yeah, actually, if you look in the aftermarket, and white is a very popular color right now, and doing some contrasting wheel finishes and that, it has a nice pop to it.
Okay, so I'm going to try and take a look around because I don't know if there's anybody out there who has questions for Mark Trossel, one of the designers from Chrysler. Nah, geez, Marcus, nothing personal. But you work your magic on Vipers, and I know in the other part of the hall we have a striker green Viper this year.
Yeah, striker green Viper. Yeah, very impactful color.
All right, fantastic. Well, Mark, thanks for taking a couple minutes to talk to us about this car, and we're going to go back because I want to talk to Pietro some more, if that's okay. So Pietro, customizing cars like this is a fantastic opportunity for us. But that's not the only thing going on at Mopar this year. It's a big year for us.
Oh, it is, again, a big year for Mopar. Obviously, we will keep on offering customization for all our vehicles. And all our brands. So every year we launch an average of 1,000 new performance parts and accessories for our vehicles, and obviously the Mopar custom shops. On top of that, it's a big year, the 50th anniversary of the Hemi Gen 2, the 426. So a lot of celebration for what we consider really one of the I would say the original DNAs of Mopar.
And that's the race Hemi, like what we're going to see in NHRA that gets going this weekend.
Absolutely, and that's another point. Obviously the NHRA season is kicking off this weekend with Alan Johnson, Jack Coughlin, and Matt Hagan. So again, we are the champion in Pro Stock, and we wanna confirm that championship. But obviously, there is also the other side of our business, servicing our customers. Keeping on improving the quality of the experience in our dealerships. That is an important task that we have, and a responsibility that we feel for our customers.
All right. We also have another very special Mopar car here at Chicago. It's the Mopar 14. Take a couple seconds and tell me what makes that car so special.
Well, after the Mopar 10, Mopar 11, Mopar 12, and Mopar 13, where we had an outstanding success with these one-of-a-kind cars, the Mopar 14 is a challenger. We will build only 100 units of that car, starting from two base colors, white or black, and then a selection of three different graphics. But the most important thing of that project is that every car will be virtually customized for the specific customer. So we have a portfolio of almost 100 accessories, and customers will be able to pick up those that they want to really build their own car. We expect those cars really being very hot. We will open orders at the end of the quarter, and it's going to be the most unique and most customizable challenger in the market. Not to mention that we start from the base of a shaker hood challenger, so we really go back to the DNA of Mopar.
And I think it's one of the most exciting things is the fact that we've been able to bring back the shaker hood to the Charger and the Challenger.
Absolutely, and that is the DNA of Mopar, keeping a very close relation with our history. So Hemi, Shaker, Challenger, muscle cars, and HRA, but also developing new concepts, working on the new vehicles, expanding our accessories into the electronic side, so really servicing customers. So that's the beauty of Mopar, that is now the brand for both Fiat and Chrysler. We have a global presence, 70 million customers in the world, driving either a Fiat Group vehicle or a Chrysler Group vehicle, and that's our task every day.
All right, and I know I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that we have a virtual customizer for the Ram truck, where you can use your iPad, tablet, or iPhone. You can download the app, and you can try out a customization on your truck, and then take it to the dealership and have them order that for you.
Absolutely, another great way to try to create your own car, and obviously, electronic is giving us this opportunity, and we took it with the Ram, and we will definitely develop for the other brands too.
All right. Did anybody have a question for Pietro? Well, if not, I know you have like a little war cry that you like to give, and so here it comes.
Mopar or no car?
Mopar or no car? Go ahead. So there's the Mopar.com where you can see accessories. Official Mopar is your Twitter feed for social media friends. And Pietro, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you. All right. So that's the Mopar part of our Chrysler stand-up. So now we want to move on to Dodge, which, you know, other than the fact that they're celebrating their 100th anniversary, in case you haven't heard, they're going to sponsor the Motley Crue tour this summer. And it's the must thing you want to see. So I'm going to walk over and talk with my colleague Ed Garston, who's going to be able to lead the talk for the Dodge brand.
Thanks a lot, Dale. Gosh, I just keep looking at this car. It's the same color as the snow, but it definitely doesn't fade into the background. So if all of you here on site can kind of follow us around this gorgeous red Dodge Journey, it's not just any Dodge Journey, and we'll find out more about that in a second, but we're going to talk with Bob Brodendorf, who's the Senior Brand Manager for the Journey, the Durango, and the Grand Caravan. And before we get to the Journey Crossroad, let's talk about the Dodge brand just coming off a fabulous 2013.
Yeah, thanks, Ed. We've had a fantastic year in 2013. In fact, we're the fastest growing brand in America. So right now we've got a tremendous amount of momentum coming into the marketplace, and a big part of that has been the Dodge Journey. So one of the key things for us has really been the success of this vehicle, 3 consecutive years of year-over-year sales growth. So we're moving into 14 and we want to get even better, which really is what takes us to today. The new 2014 Journey Crossroad.
All right, why don't you give us a little tour of it, and everyone, if you want to come up a little closer while Bob talks about it, you can see what he's talking about.
So part of what we wanted to accomplish with this vehicle is really play on Dodge's aggressive appearance, also feature the capability that Journey's known for with its all-wheel drive, as well as additional features that you'll find that with an incredible value. So first we want to start with the grille of the vehicle, the overlooking face, that what makes Dodge its signature look. First, the crosshair grille. We finished it in a high gloss black paint, as well as darkened out the headlamps. Gives it that sinister look that some of the other vehicles, Durango, Charger, Challenger, are known for. Give that look with the Journey. Second, all of the things that you're going to see on the vehicle from this waterline down is completely new. All new fascias, rugged capability look is going to play to that all-wheel drive story I'm going to tell you a little bit more about here shortly. Let's come on over here to the side of the vehicle. So next, wheels. Wheels make a vehicle, as well as the override stance of the vehicle. So first we started out with a 19-inch wheel package that's standard, and we finished it with a premium hyper gloss black paint. You can see the look looks absolutely fantastic. That's also going to be a standard feature. Furthermore, we added our rails down the side in a platinum chrome accent, as well as our roof rack for all of the capability that you expect on a travel. Then comes the available all-wheel drive system. Now, a lot of customers don't realize quite how good the system is. We have an all-wheel drive system that's on demand all the time. And it doesn't just add performance in bad weather conditions, it even does it on dry pavement. Anytime the vehicle is between 25 and 65 miles per hour, the rear-wheel drive part of the system will work with the all-wheel drive and deliver on-road drive pavement performance, as well as when you have inclement weather, whether it be rain, snow, etc., which we're experiencing here in Chicago. You'll see that the system really comes together with this rugged look. But we even went a little bit farther. We made sure there was value. So furthermore, we take you over to the back of the vehicle. You'll notice dual exhaust coming in on the vehicle, as well as new accents on the back with an all-new lower fascia as well. But inside is where I think the story's really going to tell.
If you guys want to come around and look at the inside while Bob's talking about it, feel free. You can get as close as you like to the vehicle. We'd love to show it to you.
So part of the value story is we talk about Journey Crossroad, are the features that are standard. First, you're going to notice the number one thing, standard leather seats with a sport mesh insert, standard on every single Crossroad. Furthermore, technology. Dodge is known for technology. You see it on all of our vehicles. The 8.4-inch touchscreen, the Bluetooth hands-free connectivity, again, all standard on the vehicle. Furthermore, you come in, completely new look and feel with the bezels and accents. We have liquid graphite bezels, provide a premium accent feature, as well as a light gray stitching and accent throughout the entire cabin of the vehicle, and all 3 rows of seating. Journey continues to be one of the most flexible vehicles in the marketplace. We have 5 or 7 passenger seating, V6 or a 4-cylinder, as well as front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive systems.
Shows the back?
Yep, and then final, some of the key storage features that Journey's really known for. You've got in-floor storage bins, we've got front full passing storage, as well as full flat seats all the way through the back that provide a substantial amount of cargo area in the back. So, in wrapping up with the vehicle, the last really key thing is, so all this fantastic content, what's the price of the vehicle? So we're going to offer this Crossroad as is with all of these standard content for under $25,000. It's an incredible value, $24,995 for a vehicle that looks like this with all the capability that you'd come to expect from Dodge.
And when's it available?
We're actually planning on going to production here this spring, so it should be on your showrooms here soon. I encourage everybody to go Dodge.com for more information.
Before I let you get away from the Journey, you were talking about all the different capabilities that it has, and I saw a quote from one reviewer called it sort of the Swiss Army knife of vehicles. Is that a good description for it?
Yeah, I think that's a great description. That's something we typically use. Anytime you have as much versatility and choice, and one thing that Dodge prides themselves on is the fact that we've got optional equipment on all of our price classes to really let consumers get the look and feel that they're looking for, really no matter what price point they're at.
Sure. Any questions from the audience, from Bob, on the Dodge brand or the Journey? All right, you guys are good spectators. All right, well, let's talk about, we have some time, talk about the other two vehicles that you're responsible for, the Durango and the Grand Caravan. Of course, the Durango's been out there quite a bit with the Ron Burgundy campaign. How did that affect sales of the vehicle?
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Obviously, anytime you get a talent like Will Ferrell and you come into the marketplace with a campaign like that, immediately our traffic was up 80% on the vehicle immediately, and our sales shot up 64% month over month. So we've had a huge success. Durango continues to be fantastic in the marketplace. Completely new look, grille, 8-speed transmission. There's a lot going on there to get customers excited about.
Sure, and of course your other vehicle is the Grand Caravan minivan. The minivan market still really robust. What's the Grand Caravan have to offer?
Yeah, so this year's actually special for us. It's been 30 years of history with the Grand Caravan, and in our history we've sold over 13.5 million vans from Chrysler Group. So now we're celebrating our 30th anniversary of the van. We've got our 30th anniversary model here with a special discount. It's going to offer unique seats, unique look on the outside with graphite bezels, look and feel. It's really going to celebrate the history of that vehicle and the heritage. I think customers are really going to enjoy it. We've already had a great response on it, so it's another thing that's kind of a must-see here at the show.
Absolutely, and it's the 30th anniversary. We've been celebrating for months the 30th anniversary of the minivan. What's kept the minivan, which is a segment that Chrysler invented back in 1983, what's kept the company at the top of the market in that segment?
Well, the minivan's always been about innovation, and over the last 30 years, we have 78 segment first or complete innovations into the segment. Right now, easily the best feature in the minivan segment is stow and go, something that's standard on our 30th anniversary models, something that we've come to be known for, more flexibility, styling, just all combinations available to our consumers. I think that is one of the driving force, as well as entertainment. Anytime you've got family, friends, kids, etc., you got to have DVD, and our new Blu-ray system offers the latest in technology, anything that you can connect to iPads or HD type entertainment.
Sure. All right, before we move on, any questions from the audience, from Bob about the Journey, the brand, anything we talked about? I'm just going to check our incoming here. All right, well, Bob, thanks you very, very much. That's gorgeous. That is one gorgeous vehicle, and I encourage everyone here in the stand to get inside of it and feel it, because once you see it, you'll find out that it's not your ordinary Journey, which isn't ordinary by any means, but this one's really, really special. So thanks very much for being with us, and we're gonna move on to the Jeep brand. I'm gonna take a little walk. So any of our thank you very much, Bob. Any of our social media folks, if you want to take a little walk with me, we're gonna walk down the carpet, and we're gonna go toward Jeep and talk with Jim Morrison, who's the director of the Jeep brand, and he's got plenty to talk about. So why don't I give you a second to catch up with us. All right, hey Jim.
Good, how are you?
Oh, it's funny meeting you here.
Yeah, just hanging out in Camp Jeep.
Just hanging out in Camp Jeep. And we'll see if we give our social media folks a little time to catch up with us so they don't miss anything. But we've got a lot to talk about in Jeep. First of all, coming off an unbelievable January.
Yes, you know, we had our best year ever in 2013, 731,000 units or new customers for the Jeep brand around the world, and thankfully that momentum has carried into January. We just finished our best January ever too, so I think the snow's helped a little bit. You know, everyone's really realizing that they need to have a Jeep to get through this sort of weather. And certainly right here in Chicago, they get 1 and 2 feet of snow at a time, and you don't need a poser for that. You need the real deal, and it's always good to have a Jeep to get through the snow.
I got to tell you, I have a Wrangler Moab, a black one, and getting to the airport on Wednesday to come here, it sliced right through all that snow, and I think people were a little jealous to see the Wrangler just cut through that stuff. What else exciting going on in the Jeep brand?
Well, there's a lot going on. We're really right in the middle of the launch for the new Jeep Cherokee. And that's exciting for us because the vehicle is off to a great start. We just started selling the vehicle in November. We sold 225,000 in the last year, 2013, November, December. Sold 11,000 here last month, and customers are really being drawn to the new Cherokee because it's a great combination of the capability that they expect from a Jeep. It's great off-road, it's great in the snow, but it also provides some other things they're looking for in the midsize SUV segment. It has a 9-speed transmission, the first ever, and it gets 31 miles per gallon. So it's able to really provide what people expect from a Jeep, which is great four-wheel drive capability, great versatility, but it also provides great ride, great handling. It's got a lot of safety features, and of course the 31 miles per gallon.
Absolutely, what a great start. Great start for the Cherokee, seeing lots of them on the road. Before we move on to a different subject with Jim, anyone have any questions from the social media? Folks that are here on site? Otherwise, we're gonna go to camp. We're going to go to Camp Jeep. We can step back just a little bit, not too far. Otherwise, I think that's literally the end of my rope here.
End of your rope. Oh yeah. Okay.
Camp Jeep is we're going to give Paul a heart attack here if he sees us go any further. But behind us here is Camp Jeep, one of the two test tracks that consumers can experience. What will consumers experience here at Camp Jeep once the show opens on Saturday?
Well, Ed, the Camp Jeep here in Chicago is really a nice way for our customers to experience a Jeep in their natural environment. Pushing them up the crazy 35-degree hill. It's 18 feet high. They can actually look out over the whole entire display now from the top of Jeep Mountain. We have each of our Jeep vehicles running the track, and you can see them going right now. So we've got our Compass, our Patriot, we have the all-new Jeep Cherokee, and then of course we have our Grand Cherokee and our Wranglers on the track. We got the tops off the Wranglers, so you can experience the real open-air feeling that you get to in a Wrangler that you can't in any other vehicle. But it's a really nice way for the Jeep customer to take a look at the Jeep vehicles and experience what they can from the capability side of it. I mean, they're going over everything from rocks, like they do on the Rubicon Trail. There's logs as you go around corners. We have this new element that we call the Trail Rated Pass. And that includes all of the elements that we need to be a trail-rated Jeep vehicle. You can show the articulation and the traction, all of the really good things that we design into every Jeep 4x4 in order for them to get the trail-rated badge. But it's the real experience that they get when they get in the vehicle, and it's fun to watch our customers. They get out of it and they're just excited. They want to do it again, or they want to go out and buy a Jeep vehicle and just have it be part of their life. And it's a great way to experience it here at Camp Jeep, and it's been a big success over the last 10 years for us. And it's important for our customers to know that these vehicles are stock vehicles. You buy them from a showroom like this, you can drive them into the environment, and you can drive them straight up a 35-degree angle if you want to. And if it's not your cup of tea, that's great, but it's just good to know that your Jeep vehicle can, and if you want to, you go ahead and do it.
It's pretty thrilling when you're at the top of that hill and you're on your way down. It looks quite different than it does when you're watching from down below. So now, just to be clear, do folks drive the vehicle, or are they riding with someone in the vehicle?
We have our professional drivers that know the course and and keep the flow going. It's very important for us, to keep the flow going, because we'll put a lot of customers, in new Jeep vehicles here to experience it. So that's the best way. They ride as passengers. They ride in the front and the back, they fill the Jeeps and then they get to drive around, and then it's fun because a lot of customers then go, hey, I'm going to go get my own, and I will drive and experience a vehicle and the Jeep and see what they can do in the real world with their own Jeep right after this.
So it's really a much more richer experience than taking a test drive from the dealer's lot. How do test tracks like this, and we have a multi-brand track over here as well, where folks can try out some of our other brands on a test track. How does that really, help the consumer understand the vehicle better?
Well, Ed, I think the biggest thing with what we get them to do is obviously you can experience the capability and be thrilled and impressed with what a Jeep can do. But the other thing that it gives us the opportunity to do is really have the customers in the vehicle and experience what the interior is like. I mean, they can see the Jeep and clearly recognizable. The Wrangler is a Wrangler, and the Grand Cherokee is very well known from their shapes. The Cherokee is being kind of introduced and becoming well known. But what customers get to feel is how premium our interiors are and how nice the ride is. Even though it's going over crazy bumps and straight up, they get to experience what the new interiors look like. We've completely redone our lineup here at Jeep over the last few years, and a lot of our customers, they get in the vehicle and they think, wow, this is the Jeep? This is amazing. Even though you can spray out a Wrangler, it also has leather seats that are heated. You get in the Grand Cherokee over there, we've got Overlands that are running the track, and our Overland vehicle has got real leather on the dash, real leather on the doors, real open pore wood, heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. All of the amenities that you would think are in $100,000 luxury cars are in the Grand Cherokee that is going straight up a 35-degree angle, or bumping over the logs or the rocks, or going through the trail-rated pass. So it's a great way that customers can get in the vehicle and experience the new lineup.
Absolutely. Well, we're just about out of time. Anything, last words you want to mention about the Jeep brand before we wrap it up? And again, if anyone on site here has a question for Jim, just raise your hand. We'll get the microphone up to you, and we'll be happy to take your questions. Sure. Oh, we've got a customer. Come on up. Come on. Don't worry. This isn't let's make a deal. You're not going to get the door with a goat in it. So
yeah, real quick for Jim, and he might know this and he might not, but there was a recent Grand Cherokee drive from Chicago all the way to Austin, Texas without refueling in a Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 3-liter EcoDiesel. Does he remember the fuel economy of that monster?
Well, Wayne, I can tell you for sure. Thanks for the question, and I think it got into the 40s for that drive. And we've been selling the Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel for a few months now, and it's perfect. I drove mine down here from Detroit all the way to Chicago. What should be a normal 4.5 hour drive was a 5.5 hour drive, because unfortunately all the other customers on the road, or all the other drivers, weren't driving Jeeps. So there was traffic delays and waiting in the snow. I got almost 30 miles per gallon with mine in the snow, driving along.
We're having fun.
4x4, and sitting waiting for the other guys, and driving through the snow, and you get the confidence that you would expect in a Jeep driving in the snowstorm. But I got here on a third of a tank of fuel and been driving around here for the last couple of days. I'm going to drive home and I don't have to refill. So everybody that's worried about getting cold as I refill, I don't have to worry about that with my EcoDiesel. It's kind of neat.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Jim.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Any other questions? All right, well, we really appreciate you being with us. Thanks a lot, Jim. This is great. For those that joined us on site here on the floor of the Chicago Auto Show, thanks a lot for taking time from your busy day to learn about Mopar, the Dodge, and the Jeep brands. And for those of you, I hope you have a great day on your tour on the floor on Social Media Day here at the Chicago Auto Show. And for our online audience, we're going to leave you with a special feature on Camp Jeep. Thanks a lot for joining us.
We've been happening for almost 20 years, 10 years here in Chicago. We actually just did 1 million rides in Miami in the auto show at the end of last year. Every year we update the course and make a few changes with all the different elements that we like to demonstrate the Jeep's capabilities on the track. But this year we've got a new event that's called the Trail Rated Pass. It's neat. You can show the articulation, the traction, the maneuverability that every Jeep gets when it earns the trail rated badge, right here on this trail rated pass. New element for Camp Jeep. It is, yeah, 35 degrees, straight up, and it's amazing. Most vehicles, won't even go up at speed. You can stop these Jeep vehicles halfway up that hill, start again, and really demonstrate the amount of traction that you can get with the Jeep vehicle. But then it's really exciting to go down, at 35 degrees as well. You kind of hang like a Muppet from your seatbelts as you're going down the hill, and our customers really love doing that in the new Jeeps. Well, a lot of America right now is, appreciative of the Jeep capability because of the amount of snow that we've received. Because that's why you have a Jeep, to get you through these extreme conditions. And 1 foot or 2 feet of snow is nothing to throw at any of these things. I mean, if it can go up these crazy hills and over these moguls, amazing what it can do just at the end of your driveways. Well, maybe we take you out on the track and decide which one your next Jeep would be.